Hey guys, welcome back to Little Boy Customs. I know in the last video I said that I was going to start working on putting the floor of this truck back together, but today there's a little bit different plan. There's a little dent that's in the side of that bed over there that is just driving me crazy. So, let's get that fixed. So if you can see right here, the bed is dipped down. There's a huge dent right there in it. And that thing is just driving me nuts. I have two options here. Number one, I could just pop this dent back out, rework the bed rail and get all that popped out, and it'd probably come out pretty good because it is a fixable dent. But my other problem that I'm really having is this hole here. So if you look at the distance between those two holes there, it just looks wonky, driving me nuts. Can't stand it. Don't like the way it looks at all. And then last night I happened to think I have a whole 17 inches right here that I'm not doing anything with. It has no hole. And this particular one also has no dent. So, got me to thinking, I wondered if I could just get this piece here to cover up that and fix that all at once. So I rushed right out here this morning, and sure enough, Operation Cover Up a Dent and a Hole will be today. Let's get started. First I'm going to do is, I don't need this to be as long as it is. So I am going to chop this down somewhere up in this region here, because all I really need is the top piece of it. Then we'll put this onto the top of the bed and trace it out to make us a pattern. Cut that out and then weld that in. So as you just saw, I trimmed that up, put the cap onto the truck and made me a little pattern. And then I trimmed all that out. But my pattern was just a tad bit off because as you can see, it won't go in. So I need to trim this off just a tad bit more right through there. And we'll get to welding. But I do think losing the hole will look a lot better. So after that little bit of trim work, you can see there's a little bitty gap there. Not too bad, it'd be perfect for welding. Went ahead and used these fancy little hangers again and just clamped it all in place. And took wire brush and wire brushed the edges of it. Got a couple little hot spots like right in here. And that's about it really. Just that one little spot right there. All the way across. I'm pretty sure it's because of the way the bed was made. But what we'll try to do is we'll try to use a clamp or something and clamp this area right here and kind of smooth it out just a little bit more. And then we'll start welding and knock this out. It's a pretty quick project. Doesn't take very long. I think I've been working on it for maybe like 45 minutes now, hour, something like that. So we'll get the welding part knocked out. Now on the welding part, we're going to do the exact same thing that we did right over here. So we'll weld little areas and let the metal cool down. Now because this is so much smaller than what that right there was, I'll most likely use a wet rag of some sort I'll weld, and then a lot of little tack welds, and then I'll take that cold rag and set that cold rag on it so it'll cool that metal back down while I'm working over here on this other area. Now, because of that, the wet rag will start getting pretty warm, so we'll probably have to go get more cold water and put on the wet rag in order to keep going with this, but that's the plan. We'll just tack weld all the way around, use a wet rag to cool the metal back down so we can keep going pretty quickly. And here is the finished product. Now remember, I'm using flex core, so you're going to see a bunch of little slag running around. But for the most part, that is done. It's finished. It's welded in. Looks good. I think it really completes the bed out better without having the hole right there. And it'll be a little bit harder to tell if this is a short bed or a long bed or what's really going on with this truck. So eventually we'll have to grind all these welds down a little bit more than what they are, which won't be too bad. And we'll do all that right before we get ready to do paint. Now, of course, I still have a couple little dings right in here, but it's not as bad as what the original bed cap was that was right there. So I'm pretty happy with it. We'll pretty much wrap it up for today's episode with that right there. I didn't get the other side taken care of, as you can see over there. Still need to take care of it. But I'll do that here shortly off camera. This side here came out really, really well. I'm happy with it. If you enjoyed today's episode, please make sure to give me a thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm. If you didn't, well, give me a thumbs down. That's okay too. At least lets me know where I'm standing, you know, one way or the other. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Also, while you're there, make sure you hit the bell notification so you know when all the new episodes come out. That's probably the best way to be notified. If you haven't started following us on Instagram or Facebook, well, there's a link down below for that. Make sure you follow us there. We post more on Instagram than we do Facebook. But that'll give you behind the scenes look, let you know what we're working on, all before videos ever come out. Until next time, be safe. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed.